How's it going, guys? Oddly Unorthodox back again. Dropping another Total War video. I know you guys haven't been able to see my Wood Elf strategies lately because we have been focusing on a few other races, but I thought I'd run it back. Bring you guys away to cause absolute chaos in your Total War Warhammer 3 multiplayer games. Now, this works in land battles, it works in free-for-alls, it works in dominations. I've showed you guys how to play it all round. I had some person in my comments talking to me about, you know, how Russian can be quite a difficult strategy. And I believe there is difficult aspects to all strategies in Total War. And we try and cover a lot of them. Now, let me run you down what the sort of play is here. First of all, this map, absolutely awful for a rush strategy. There was no spots where I could get closer to him than where I am at the minute, which is not a great spot for Wood Elves. So let me run you through why I bring what I bring, even in domination. So triple way watchers. We bring the triple way watchers, including the regents, their own one, because they are just so damn strong. They've got stalk, so people ain't going to be seeing them. Yeah, they're packing 190 range on a missile unit, which is insane. And it does not matter what goes near them, they will delete it. And then if you do get caught, one of the main reasons I like to bring the Hawkeye to Chikira is they've got the smoke bomb ability, so you can drop the smoke bomb and disperse. Obviously, they also bring the beautifully good discouraged on their fire, which is something I'm always happy to bring. You know, really break stuff down. So now... Oh, and let me run you through the rest of the build. That'd be helpful, wouldn't it? Triple Glade Riders with Spear. Bringing these purely to tie stuff down in melee to give you some time. Same reason I bring Orion. Now, everyone says to me, you know, like, you can bring Glade Lords and stuff like that. But one, Orion brings Vanguard deployment, so you can spawn with the rest of your army. And two, Orion is an absolute raid boss. Run him into melee, and enemies will genuinely struggle to kill him. As soon as his item procs, he becomes an absolute nightmare. So the idea behind the strategy is you're trying to create a lot of pressure. I talked to you guys a lot about, you know, reactive, proactive. Wood Elves, again, a very proactive race. You know, you want to be calling the shots, you want to be causing a little bit of terror in the enemy lines, and that's what we do. We do see that they are sending units to Victory Location 3, but all I do is I bring out some Dryads, some, I nearly called them Lothran Sea Guard then, but Eternal Guards with shields, and we move them up in the trees, ready to bring a little force to this side to capture 3. And I'll show you why in a second. So you can see he sends some Hobgoblin Wolf Riders in, and I didn't aim for the Hobgoblin Wolf Riders. They just started firing. Make sure you take firing off when you can. Now have a look at this Baal Taurus when we start putting fire into it, because he moved it and it's going to get caught now. And you can see the leadership's absolutely tanking on it. And it's being absolutely shredded. You know, you can see the damage it's taken. It's about to break. And we're going to get rid of that. And you can just see the damage it's taken. That's an expensive unit. You know, they're not cheap units, Baal Tauruses. And it's just been absolutely disintegrated. So more than happy that we caught that guy. Now, we send out our Glade Riders here because we want to buy ourselves some time. He does manage to get a good Firestorm cast there. Well played to him. Takes a few of my Way Watchers away. Can't be helped. Sorry if I don't sound 100%, I am feeling rather ill, but we still get the videos out, you know what it's like. So as I said, we run Orion in there as well to buy me some time. The last Glade Riders are going up to try and shut down the Magma Cannon. And then you can see here we're now forming a reasonable army of 2 squads of Glade Guard, Dryad, Eternal Guard. Because they'll take out these 2 squads, because Ikit Claws now put a good majority of his army on point 2, leaving the Bearer Sentries on point 3, not realising that I'm now bringing in a small army on that side too. So you can see he has decided to take the bait, and we're more than happy for him to take the bait into fighting there. And we're going to use Orion's abilities that he brings with him. You can see we're going to drop one there. A good Hound's cast. And I think we're also going to polish it off with another ability cast. There we go. Really put the damage in. And now what we want to do is start hitting his lord. You can see that his lord already is taking an absolute beating. Does his lord count as a large entity? No, only a small entity. Which is weird, because it's about the same height as Orion, and Orion's a large entity. Yeah, you can see here, more than happy to take this fight. We've got some squads going into him, and then some squads are now going to hit the Immortal Iron Spawn. We are going to bring some Dryads up. Not the best ones, but you can bring Dryads out the Vanguard deployment because they've got flaming attacks. But we get some bodies up just to cover, and we're going to take out these Immortals quite quickly. You know, not really give them the chance to get in ranged attack. And now you can see that we're also taking the fight over here as well. You know, the Glade Guard are peppering the Night Runners. The Dryads are in there. And then we've got the Eternal Guard coming from the back as well. You can see that we did pepper the Bell Taurus, who came back in and is straight running again. I'm not too worried about Orion taking damage. I do try and get out of that, but I was a little bit late. You can see that we do break off the Immortal Iron Spawn. And then if we popped the Cloak of Isha yet, we haven't. So we're running again, trying to buy some time. I'm happy to sit in the trees to try and stop the Magma Cannon. And we're going to get some more Wild Riders out. You can see here that now Orion should have it popped. Yep, he's going to be healing, and he's just got 20% damage resistance. And you can see the healing ticks up quite nicely. So we're going to run him up, run him back away. And then he should regen quite nicely and pop back up. Obviously the enemy just doesn't want to focus him down by the looks of it. More than happy for them to not focus him, but you can see that their lord's now taking a pelting. Point 1's under our control. My allies done a cracking job of breaking point 2. And I'm now trying my hardest to hold point 3, but they've sent a lot more Skaven over. But that's fine because now I'm going to push out this point here. You can see that I dropped the smoke bomb on the Bull Centaur, run the Wild Riders in to cover, and then withdraw the Way Watchers to then start shooting into him. And we've let Orion start. He's throwing spears. He's going javelin hunting as he does, taking out. Quite amazed he's not a large entity, but unfortunate. And you can see the Glade Guard have come in, and they're going to keep him busy. We're going to break these Immortals off because we really don't want to deal with them in melee. I'd rather just break them and not have to fight them. They did do this awkward line which I didn't enjoy on the Waystalkers, so I'm trying to pull them back to get good distance. And you can see that we've managed to break off that. He's really interested in chasing his Way Watchers, which I'm more than happy to let him do. Use the Glade Riders to shut down these dwarfs and break off them. And you can see the Bull Centaur's not having the best time either, as he keeps getting mobbed down with infantry, Dryads, Wild Riders, and then getting peppered by Rangers. Something we're more than happy. Another cast there of a spell, which sort of catches the Hawkeyes of Chikira, but not really all of them, so I'm not really that bothered about that cast. And as you can see, he is struggling now to hold the rest of the points. We're biding our time here, and then we'll bring in loads more stuff with resources. We're going to wait for Ikit Claw to go to the middle. And then you can see here that we are getting rid of all the Chaos pieces one at a time. You can see the Bull Centaur's taking a beating and taking a lot of ranged fire. And we are taking apart the pieces of his army. And then soon we're going to start pushing up. You can see I'm bringing out reinforcements here. We're sending the Spear Riders back in. And you can see we're shutting down the Storm Vermin swords and shields first. We've got units going to chase down those Warplock Jezzails. Make sure we shut them down. And our Glade Guards are happily getting rid of the Storm Vermin. So every time he moves to another point, we're punishing him by then bringing our units out the forest and taking it back. And you can see here that he's lost pretty much everything now. He tries to kill Orion again, not realising that he's gonna struggle. Orion's quite tanky at this point, and he's healing. And the Bull Centaur's definitely a large entity, and Orion's anti-large. So you can see now that we're pretty much free. We've tied down his Lord with a bunch of Dryads, a nice, cheap, effective unit. And you can see that he's brought the Bale Taurus out again. Not really a great choice in my opinion. But you can see these riders are going to go back to shut down the magma cannon. Stop that shooting. And you can see here that we're going to turn and focus fire the Taurus. The Taurus wants the Hawkeyes of Chakira. That's fine. You can see the Bull Centaur takes a nasty amount of ranged fire there. And we've still got plenty of Dryads moving around to cover our bases. See the Bale Taurus is getting shot at. And we're going to move some units up now. Smoke Bomb comes down again, catches both. And now we should be able to retreat out of there, in which they're going to struggle to catch. And we run the bodies up. Another Flamestorm, but again it's just some Dryads, so I'm not too bothered about it if I'm honest. We took down his Bull Centaur, and now we're going to start focusing his Taurus Bull. And you can see that we're now contesting point 3, and he's having to send a huge force of Storm Vermin, try and keep himself with point 3, knowing that it's not looking too good for him holding that point anymore. So he's going to have to hopefully try his hardest, and we should be able to win it purely by pushing him, because the Skavens now happen to send all of his units down to point 3. Point 2 is held quite easily, and as you can see I'm now pushing out the units that were on this point, and I'm bringing out more Glaive Riders. We're going to chase Astrogroth, that's the name, and we can start moving our units up now, and this should make life a little bit easier, because now the enemy needs to decide where they're going to bulk all their forces. And you can see the Skavens brought out everything to try and deal with this side of the map, which that's fine with me. I'm more than happy to let them at the end of the day. Now that we know all the forces have been brought here, we're going to charge up this side of the map and really pressure them from this side. See the Glade Riders going. We're going to get them on top of the Bull Centaur renders. Normally it'd be a very bad fight, but we have got a bit of ranged firepower. Not much left in the way Watchers. They are running very low on ammo. And we do take a magma cannon shot. But this is an expensive unit just to have Gardner magma cannon that hasn't really been able to do very much. So we're more than happy to take this fight up. It's all about pressure. I tell you guys quite often that, you know, if you're pressuring them past the point, they've got to fight you before they can take the point back. And then you're just amassing resources. And at this point, we are amassing enough resources to win. Yeah, there's no way that we don't beat them when we've got 2 to their 1. I am now sending out more reinforcements to help this side. You know, Glade Guard, Eternal Guard, more Dryads. Get some more bodies. Just the cheap stuff that side. And then, meanwhile, we're moving up on the left side, shutting everything down. I'm pretty sure we took the magma cannon out. There is a second one, I think. Nope, that's the Bull Taurus. Bale Taurus. And you can see that he is running from my almighty 1800 HP Orion. Not sure why, but an absolute menace. We do start unsummoning the Way Watchers now because they've run out of ammo. And not really going to be able to do much. But you can see that we are actually slowly winning this fight as well. The Storm Vermin are being chipped down. You know, we are bringing in more reinforcements to hold the line as you would there and push for that objective. And now I'm happy to create a big fight, if you see my cursor, in this middle part here. Because if we're fighting here, even if I lose this whole force fighting it, it buys enough time for us to just keep the points held, as you can see, you know. We're holding the points quite nicely. You can see that, you know, it weren't like it was one-sided to my ally. I was matching him in the amount of points. And you can see that we're dropping just more and more units into this fight. We've got an Internal Guard on that point, capturing it. And they are breaking here as well, slowly but surely becoming a winning fight. So more than happy to take this fight here. You can see the Hawkeyes of Chikira was just chipping away at the Bale Taurus, but I'm pretty sure they're out now. We do lose Orion in the fight here, but it's fine. Like I said, all we're doing is just trying to buy as much time as humanely possible. And you can see that's what I was saving for. We've got the lot of Silver Knights, the Great Stag Knights out and about, just to get the extra mobility and to sweep around, take some units out and make sure they don't really get a chance to set up. We've got a bunch of skeletons just having the best time they've ever had sat here. Fair play to them. And you can see that we are pushing up, ready to take our fight. You know, we're chipping away. They're having to deploy all of their units here to try and deal with this fight. And we're more than happy with that, because at the end of the day, we're happy to sit and relax, get the Lost Silver Knights, getting some kills, chipping away some units, and objective 3 is going to be ours. So now we're looking at triple capping them. That being the plan, and as you can see, it's about to change over, and this is where the points will absolutely fly. You can see I've brought more bodies up just in case I need to defend this point. I'm going to put 1 squad of Dryads on there just so no sneaky Skaven can take it without me noticing. I don't think my allies noticed all of his skeletons that are just happy relaxing, but you can see that we are taking all measures, breaking down these storm vermin with swords and shields. We're going to break them off. Don't really want to fight the halberds, so it's just going to be a case of running in and then leaving. But you can see that, you know, we've held quite a lot of the map. I'm not going to lie, I want to play a domination, I want to play Tomb Kings, and I want to get a bit more of the old Casket of Souls going. I'm a sucker for a Casket of Souls. Maybe the Scream and Skull Catapult. We'll see what we can do, see if we can get a nice build going with some of the more memeier units. You guys will have to leave comments if that's something you'd like to see. Maybe I make builds with units that would be seen as a little bit on the more memey side. So the Scream and Skull Catapults and stuff like that. The Stag Knights, can make an army of Stag Knights. I did do one with Zotes and that worked extremely well. And you can see that we're just using these now to sweep. Just clearing out units that are in the back lines, but you can see it's triple capped. There's no way on earth that they take these points back. And quite a clean, easy game. You know, me and my allies, the amount of gold damage value we've got is pretty dead on the same. So we've covered our bases quite well there. And you can see that we fast forward, but we've got bodies on this point to stop them capturing it. This point's held, there's no reason they're going to take that. And then you can see the middle point, they're capturing back, but it's way too late. Now, I was a little bit surprised when I'll show you this, because I've always told you guys, if you go Wood Elves and you take Waystalk, Waywatchers, they'll carry you. Which, I mean, they did do good value. You know, 13, 15, 14, but these are units that normally get 3,000 value when I use them. But the Glade Riders did okay. You know, did really well, to be fair. Especially when you normally replace them for the actual Glade Guard with the shields. That seems to be a little bit better. And then you've got the likes of, you know, 409, 443, 305. Decent unit value from the more chappy parts in my army, if I'm honest. And the Glade Guard did an excellent job at chipping away, so I definitely think there's an army to be made. Those Stag Knights, I'm not going to talk about that. I didn't get them out for them to really actually do anything. They just bounced on a few squads that really just needed breaking and then ran off again. But I definitely think there's an army to be made where you maybe get rid of the Waystalkers, don't rush, go for a traditional build. And maybe take something like War Singers or stuff like Blade Singers just to get a bit more damage in your infantry. And take a bunch of Glade Guard, maybe some Hawkeye Riders. This has been Oddly Unorthodox. This has been a great YouTube video, one that I thought you guys might enjoy. I have been streaming on Twitch as well. That's why we're going down sort of one video every 2 days, because one with me not feeling very well and then me streaming as well as making YouTube videos. It's just trying to find the time for it all. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will catch you on the next one.